The weather's been a little bit naff. It was a real shame we didn't get out last night. So it's the same for everyone. I just sort of feel for the newcomers, really.
These bikes, they take some setting up and the place takes some getting used to, so it's unfortunate that we ain't got enough time.
Just need to settle in and try and get as many laps in as we can, as much feedback as we can, you know, from the bike, and get the bike set up ready.
You're just itching to go, aren't you? It's just annoying when it's on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, wet, dry, wet, dry, wet, dry.
Everyone's on the same boat. The problem is the session is relatively short.
We'll all be going for it, I think. We'll only get 3 laps tonight. We need to get more time and don't we? We'll not push your foot around, we'll just send it.
So we took it nice and easy to begin with because we didn't know what the track conditions were like.
A couple of issues, nothing serious, just a couple of suspension changes, bit of brake bias. We've got some laps in at least, eh? Yeah,
I'd say I feel comfortable and I feel confident, and I'd also say out of all the racing I've done so far, that was probably the most exciting lap I've ever had in my life.
Hello, three-wheelers around the world. So here we are. We can finally get going. We got 2 races today, 6 and 8 laps around this Ballown course. We can't wait to get going. Everyone's raring to go. They've been ready for quite some time. However, there have been 3 outfits that have head out this morning after one of the solo sessions, purely to test because they've had to make some changes on the bike. And also the Chandlers hadn't got enough laps in, had they, Jack? So you had the Chandlers outfit, and obviously 77, Tim and Mark have been out as well. So let's start with Kieran and Andy on the number 5.
Yes, they've been making adjustments all week. Of course, they're newcomers here at the 700. They've done many laps around here on the Classic before, and they've got that record here on the Classic machine. They're really technical, these boys. It's their first year on the Formula 2 chassis, and they're really just trying to get the best out of that machine. They're the fastest newcomer qualified, so they've just made a few final little tweaks this morning, and I think they're going to be really interesting to watch in the race. As you say, the Chandlers and all, they got no laps in whatsoever this week, unfortunately. Obviously, we've only had one qualifying session this week, one practice session, and just before they went out, they found an electrical issue, something to do with a water pump. It was a big situation, but luckily they've got that all sorted. They went out, did 2 laps today. They have been confirmed that they can go off the back of the grid. Then hopefully that time that they do in the first race, it'll set them for a better grid position in the second race. It's called the friendly races down here for a reason. The organisation are just fantastic. They're really hard with all these setbacks with the adverse conditions and the incidents that have been happening. And then of course we've got Tim Reeves as well, went out did 1 lap on the back of the first solo race today. He's just had some gearing issues he wanted to test. He put a new gearbox in the other night. He's so dedicated, this man. He stayed up to about 4 o'clock in the morning here at the 700 when it was wet outside, trying to put this engine together. And he has, and he said it's great. He said just a couple of more tweaks and then he'd be ready to hit the race, run it. So it's been great. So Alan Thomas, how are you doing then today? The morning of the race, how are you feeling?
Oh, much better now we've got a bit of weather. Breaking the clouds. I was quite happy to have a splash around last night, but it didn't happen. So we had a terrible qualifying. Simplest of things, my visor steamed up. I always think that no number of positions on the grid is worth hurting yourself for, so we didn't. So we wobbled around, got 2 laps and came in riding around with the visor open. But we'll see what goes on today. We're well down on the grid, so it'll be busy. And thank you very much to whoever decided, the Southern Under Committee, that we get 2 races in today. So
yes, that is tremendous, that, isn't it?
Yeah, well done them, because makes up for last year's inactivity.
Have you got a plan of action for today going into today's race?
Try not to screw up.
At least not on camera.
Yeah, at least not on camera again. No. I think we haven't got a tidy lap in yet, so and it's 2 years since we've had a ride round, so we're going to have to be pretty conservative.
Excited, mate, to be honest with you. Obviously the last few days the weather's not been the best, so it's our first chance to get out there and have a race and see what happens, really. We've been counting down the days to get to this, and it's finally here, and at the end of the day we're going to go out there starting in 13th place, which is an achievement in itself for us, really. We weren't expecting to be quite that high up the grid on our first run out, so
well, that does put you the second fastest newcomer, and of course Kieran Clark, he is the fastest newcomer, but he's in many laps around here in the Classics. I think that's a very respectable place to be.
Appreciate it, mate. Yeah, we'll take that any day of the week, you know. Fingers crossed. We came here with a time of 2 minutes 50, which we wanted to get. We've got 2 minutes 57 in our practice, in our qualifying, and at the end of the day, if we can knock a few seconds off with the weather like this, yeah, we'll be chuffed. If we come home in 13th where we start, or gain a position, or even lose one, we'll be happy at the end of the day just to finish the race.
Yeah, feeling good after getting those other laps in the other night.
was a bit nervous about yesterday, obviously being wet. They made the right call calling it off. Weather's obviously better today, so yeah, we're just going to get out there, do the best we can. Just going to hang on, and yeah, hoping we're where I need to be every time. And yeah, we'll get round and get back.
Can I also say, best beard in the paddock?
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Well, first couple of laps of the week, so we've just been tweaking suspension. It's going off all jumps. Bike keeps leaving road, so tweak that a bit, and we haven't really got a chance to change out else, really.
Yeah, but missed out on qualifying because we went to set off to come up to scrutineering, and we had a lot of wiring melting. So we had to set on and strip it all down and find that problem. But thanks to Alan Thomas, he got us out of the quagmire. So
that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. So at least we're back out. That's the main thing. But it's very slippy out there. I mean, we're on slicks, but Joey's Gate and Stadium, you can see where they've swept mud off the road.
Really?
So it's I mean, solos have been round. They've all stopped on, so it must be all right. Like, but on these with slicks on it, we're skitting about a bit. So
seems to be where they're coming in and out of fields and campsites. There'll just be a bit to come off the top of the road a bit. It'll be fine by the time we go out. These lot will clear it off, won't they?
Yeah.
How are you feeling for today?
Yeah, good to be back on the track because it was delayed the last few days, so it's nice to be back on the track.
Fantastic. This is your second 700. What do you think of the circuit? Do you like it round here?
Yeah, it's a really good track, and you know we all start together, so it makes everything more exciting.
So I've got a bit of a plan of action for today's 2 races.
Yeah, we just try to do our best, get a good start, and then just try to do a good lap time every lap, and then just see what we can do. Ben, he's been there 7 years ago last time, and he was already fast straight away, so he looks good for the race.
And what about yourself?
Yeah, but we did a race together with Tim in 2022, and then now a few laps with Ben around here, so yeah, quite happy around here. It's going to be, I think, a tight race, so we see after the race.
Tony, former winner here, aren't you, from Champions 700?
Yeah, a long time ago, 1982.
It may be a long time ago, but it's still talked about today, isn't it? He's classed as one of the greatest racers ever round here.
Well, yeah, we took the lap record up from about 98 to 94 something, and Joey was only doing about 96 on a solo at the time, so it was, you know, and they actually had champagne down the square for the first time ever, I think.
You've had 3 laps of qualifying, you've qualified 12. How did that put you going into the racing?
Yeah, I'm happy enough. If I can hang on to 12th and do a bit better, I'll be happy. I'd hope to get top 10, but there's more people here than I realised when I was setting myself up for top 10. So I just want to have a good race, enjoy myself and go home.
How long have you been racing now?
I think I started in either 1968 or 69 as a passenger, I think that's what it was, but memory doesn't really work very well these days.
There was 3 outfits I had to go out and test a little bit earlier, so tell us a little bit how that went. And
it was all right. The track's dry. It's drier than we thought it was going to be. We had to just go check the gearing because we got it completely wrong yesterday, and just a couple of other settings with suspension because we don't really know what to set it at, really. It's the honest truth. So we've done that and it feels better, so we're ready now, yeah.
Okay, good. And what are your hopes for today then?
We'll just go around safe and fast and just see where we end up finishing, really. There's no aim to finish anywhere other than just finish, so we'll just keep going and pick away at it. We'll just go have some fun.
Yes.
That's the main thing.
I started my road racing there, so I'll finish my road racing there. So this is my last 700. But the pre-TT Classic, then I'm still up for that. Well, it's the adrenaline, isn't it? That's what gets you. It's a different view when you're like, 70 mil off the ground. For a passenger, 8 laps of this is harder than 1 lap of the TT. You've got the long straights to relax and get your breath back, etc. The 3 straights here doesn't take long for a sidecar to get through them, so yeah, and it's quite technical around the back there. I think we can pick a couple off and, at the right place, when it's safe to do so. He's not a terror-ass driver, he's very good and he thinks about it. He is a thinker driver, which is good.
So Pete and Jevon, they had a little issue with their outfit the other day, didn't they? When they went out.
They did. They put the wrong gearing on.
Oh.
It was a toss-up between which gear was going to go on, and the chief mechanic said, "Oh, I think we should put this on. It's a different engine, so it'll pull this." It was miles out of the way. They didn't even use all the gearbox.
Right.
Literally, it was that low, the gearing. So it was just on the rev limiter from virtually the start and finish all the way through to Ballachagan. So it is what it is. It's just unusual to see Pete qualifying 5th.
Yeah.
I think everyone was surprised.
Yeah.
And Al's he's here just to enjoy himself. That's what he wants to do. He said, after his big crash, he said, do you know what? I'm just going to race to enjoy myself. With Reece as well, he's coming on really good, actually. He's going to be a top passenger.
It's been a bit of a sleepless night. I was thinking you get a bit excited, don't you? So, yeah, I'm excited to be here, finally. The weather's looking good, so hopefully it stays like this and we can have a good 2 races.
We only did 4 laps, didn't we? And one of them was an out lap, so you don't really get your eye, and I think I missed pretty much every braking point there was on the circuit. And, 2019 was the last time I was here, so I just need to do laps around here just to get my eye back in, and unfortunately the 4 laps in qualifying wasn't enough, so it was good. I didn't expect we'd be much higher up. I'm surprised we were 6th, to be honest, but just trying to feel the run. Feel Reece as well. Reece's first time, so can't go too mad. As I always say, just take it easy.
Basically, we only had you only had 3 laps, 2 flying laps, and just not enough time to learn. Sadly, we were bumped off the grid, so what we're doing now is we're going out on the siding lap. If somebody doesn't make the start, we'll take a place. If not, we'll roll back in and see what happens this afternoon.
Well, that's extremely unfortunate for you there, but it is difficult round here, isn't it? And especially this year with the lack of track time.
It's the lack of time, we just literally didn't get enough time. The speed control laps were good, but they were speed control laps. We were just cruising around. We caught the solos very quickly, so we were literally cruising around at the speed of the solos. And then, we got 2 flying laps in. The bike was handling terrible. But we tried a few things. We'll see. Hopefully, it feels a bit better today. We'll see how it goes.
It was very short, so I like because there's a lot of time when we just have to stay in the chair and hold on to not fall. I hope we will have the occasion to do more laps.
I was looking forward to last night really with the wet because it just evens everything out a bit. And when he asked me to do this, he sold it like he couldn't really drive one, and he can, so he's lying, first of all. He is quite fast. So I was looking forward to that, but now 2 races and stuff like that in the dry as well. We've made a couple of changes with it as it left TT and sort of dialed it in a bit better, and Jack getting a bit more involved in it as well, because when he gets at TT, he's just spread everywhere, isn't he? He's riding everything, and so to have him focused on that as well with him mechanically minded as well is quite good. I think he's enjoyed that as well, so looking forward to it.
We haven't done a lot of laps yet, so it should be interesting to see, but we crack on. I'm not new, I done it in 22, but if a new passenger on this week, Dermot is here, Anto couldn't make it over, so Dermot's learning his way, getting used to handles and getting used to me, so a few steady laps in qualifying, so he seems happy enough. We'll try and push on today and see what we can do.
Have you got a plan with tackling for today?
And go flat out from the start and see if Dermot can last. He said he's happy with the handles, everything is good, so he said push on, and if there is any issues he'll give me a tap and let me know, so we'll see what happens.
How are you feeling?
A lot better when we get out there. Getting to roll the wheel is mint compared to what we had Monday and yesterday. Just to get out and roll with me, let's get out there and do it.
And now, Matthew, you're riding with Wayne Locking. You've done quite a few changes from the qualifying, am I right?
Yeah, made a few changes. Obviously had to bed a few things in, so we could have done with another session, but it is what it is. It's the same for everyone.
Well, look, myself and Dave here aren't out to prove anything. We're just going to go out, enjoy ourselves, good run around, bring the bike home. Look, we qualified the bike, go out and have a run. We're not going to be breaking any delf, we know that. Be interesting to see the fast boys in the front, though. There's some line up there.
Yeah, I think we should be further up the grid than what we are, so I think maybe we'll have a bit of traffic, but it is what it is. There's a lot of good riders out there, so
we won't be after a good start then today.
Yeah, we need a good start because obviously it's very hard to overtake here. So
the other thing this year is good start's important, and the slow guys are fast. And it just means you say start is critical. Get it off because there's not much room to pass here. There's not much room to get around to get past another bike here.
Thanks for letting us lean against your bedroom window.
I'm harried out too.
Yes, he owns it.
Nice one, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, ready to go. Excited. Bit of sun, loads of sidecars, everyone happy. So let's see what we can do. 6 laps today, and then obviously 8 laps later on. So the bike's good. Different conditions today. Ready to go. There's that many bikes here, and there's so much quality of content. I know that the layout's a little different with some of the bikes, and we're quite happy that with our configuration or with the engine laid up with a 6-speed engine, solid session. It shows that he didn't need to have it. So we'll just keep going. We'll see what happens, and we'll have a roughing.
I'm nervous, but I suppose it's as expected. We'll say to keep my hands and feet and the platform going into the first corner, I suppose. I used to prefer tricky conditions because obviously that separates a lot of the people apart. But I'm more of a dry session man now, but because I enjoy going fast, and obviously at the end of the day it always comes back to dry, so that's where you have to bring the A game.
We got a bit of a plan attack for today, or just going to go out there and twist the throttle?
Attack!
Attack!
What's going through their minds? Look at the focus on them.
There's nothing that breaks that focus. They are so fixed, locked in, programmed in. This is it. Ready to go.
There's probably 8 guys who can win this race, never mind filling up the rest of the podium. It's a mega entry. It's probably the strongest entry out of any class that's here. There's no slow bike. There is no slow bike on the grid. And to see the likes of Tony Baker back here, I mean, Tony Baker, the chassis maker, I mean, it just...
Tony Baker raced against my granddad, so that's how old he is.
That will be it for the morning stroke early afternoon session.
Kevin, a first win for you here on the Bilbao course?
Yeah, it was great to be on the first of the step, but I hope everyone is okay on the track, and then, yeah, can't wait for the second race now.
Yeah, raring to go, hey Ben?
Yep, hope everyone's all right after that incident and get back at it later on.
Absolutely, you must be pleased to know that after a 7-year break you can still come back and take first position there.
Yeah, a bit surprised when I found myself in lead, but I like being in lead.
It was all right. It was a little bit of a sketchy race to begin with. It was just one of them ones you needed to settle down into, and we took a little bit of time to settle down. But as it worked out, it probably benefited us, just to let the madness unfold in front of us, and then just trying to settle down, and start chasing them. But a little bit of handling issues which hindered us a little bit. I don't think we'd have caught Ben, to be fair. But we'll, we can make some mods now and come back a little bit stronger in the second one, hopefully. We're not unhappy at all, but really 4 or 5 laps in qualifying, and of course they were damp, so we never really got any settings. Obviously new tyres this year as well, so just trying to get the bike set up so so you're comfortable.
Any tweaks for this afternoon's racing?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we've got quite a few things to change, to be honest, just to try and make the bike a little bit more stable coming into the braking zones. So any of the people out there who are watching from any of the corners might have seen the back end coming up in the air and whatnot, so it got a little bit leery from time to time, so it was just about trying to hang on to it and pick yourself a nice clear bit of track to hit the brakes on.
Your performance there, just brilliant. I mean, exciting times to come.
Yeah, I'm actually speechless for the first time ever, I think, but certainly unexpected, and obviously well wishes to Alan. to finish first you got to finish, and obviously congratulations to the Birchells for that. It's sort of a new experience for us, wasn't it? So yeah, really enjoyed it. You know, it's great. We've got another race this afternoon, so we're going to make a few changes for that, and hopefully sort of keep up this end of the paddock if we can, and we'll go from there. But Jake's done an amazing job, and absolutely thoroughly enjoyed the Southern with him.
And pop that bottle open later, JK.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was looking at it and thought, yeah, we've got another race later, so we'll probably save that till later. But yeah, it was.
Might make us go quicker if we haven't.
What about these two, hey Chris?
Oh yeah, I tell you what, he's bringing you good luck here.
Thanks, Loppet.
Huh? This guy's he's a podium man. We can call him here now, huh? Yeah.
We'll hopefully get a second.
God, there
Get
you
him up
go,
from the
huh?
first set.
So how do you feel, Jake?
Yeah, it's mega. I mean, we got turned up there, so we were just up chilling out, going to get out the levers and stuff. And so everyone was like, well, get on the bike and get down there. You got on the podium. We were like, what the hell?
Yeah, not expected.
All the best of the 8 laps today, yeah?
Thank you.
Take care.
So of course it was a very interesting race to see that. Ben Birchall had an absolutely massive gap. I think it was 18 seconds in the end. And then it was Pete Founds and then the rest of the field well behind that. It was really. But however, the Crow brothers seemed to have a problem. There were quite a few retirements there. The Crow brothers just seemed to drop back and back and back and back. So I've been to see what happened there. Lee Crawford and Scott Hardy, they ran on at cross four ways, I believe, in the first lap. I had to let the entire grid go through. So they had a lot of work to do getting through the field. But there's some fantastic battles. In particular, I don't know if you saw, but Tony Baker, Dave Ryder, and the newcomers, Ross Buchanan and Adam, that was a tremendous battle to watch them film. But obviously, we are thinking about who all riders involved in the Red Flag today are okay.
We've had an update on the outfit. Alan has just been here, actually, he's up and about. Reese has damaged his shoulder and chest. We wish him well, slick and speedy recovery. And we look forward to the next race coming up. Just listen to those sidecars being fired up.
What a noise that is.
8 laps to attack and see what we can do.
It's always good fun, isn't it?
You look up and you see what you're passing, and it's mad that you're allowed to do it on the road. It's crazy.
It's a lot that can go wrong. We're not out here to play games. We're out here to try and win the thing.
It just makes the race so much more entertaining for yourselves. It's better when you're mixing it and dicing with it.
You get clear to someone and you think, get your head down, get going, and then next thing you know, there's a silver stripe coming past you again. Oh, here we go again. It's really enjoyable, great fun.
It's gone really well, and hopefully it'll keep going that direction. Well, you know, all the gear, no idea, really, isn't it?
Yeah, 7 years off and we're back with a bang.
There's plenty of time now for them to be tinkering away, making adjustments, making changes to come back for that 8-lap race. So join us once again. We'll be back later this afternoon. It's Three Wheeling by the sport, for the sport.